We all know that microlock installations are not short. They usually take hours, sat in a chair with the stylist helping. However, my DIY microlock installation took over a month. Yes, you heard that right. Over a whole month. How on earth did that happen? This video is going to be showing you the process of my DIY microlocs installation from start to end, day by day. So if you're considering doing your own DIY microlocs, or if you're just curious to know how the process went, then this video is just for you. So this was my process for prepping my natural hair for my DIY microlock installation. First of all, I washed with this Tresemme shampoo for greasy hair just to make sure my hair is fully clarified, and then I used Swell by Afrocentrics because it is a silicone-free conditioner. I didn't want a lot of stuff sitting on top of my hair. Let me just pop in and add a disclaimer here. Do not use this shampoo for a lock installation. It's great for loose natural hair or loose hair in general, but it contains clay, and the clay left a residue on my hair that was not apparent until I really got into the process. Just letting you know. When it was done and my hair was fully washed, I decided to split my hair into 6 sections, 3 on each side, and proceeded to blow dry. I blow dried with no product in my hair. I would never normally do this, but I wanted my microlocs to start on completely fresh, clean hair with no added products in. At the end of day 1, I had 2 rows of microlocs installed. This took me about an hour and a half. I braided at the roots about 8 to 10 times and then twisted my hair all the way to the ends. These are the tools that I used. I used this 3-sided mirror. I also used a rat tail comb just to make my parting as precise as possible. I used these metal clips to separate out my hair and some larger hair bands just to separate the bulk of my hair away. These sections really needed patience, but I wanted to take the first 2 rows to just get my technique correct and to set the foundation for the rest of my hair. So microlocs installation day 2, and this is really getting more into the thick of things. The next few rows and up are going to be in the densest part of my hair, so I started to add more microlocs per row. Row number 3 has 11 microlocs, and row number 4 that you see I'm working on now has 13. This is a quick demo of what not to do. You can see I'm braiding down, but then the microloc below, because it's not secured away, it started to get tangled in with the one that I was twisting. That's why you need to secure your hair away neatly the best you can, because when working with braids this small, you don't want to get everything tangled together. At this point, I also started to install odd numbers of microlocs per row because I want the back of my head to be covered. I actually don't want a big dividing line down the middle of the back of my head. At this point, I also started to see what the final result might look like. So you can see the first 2 rows are starting to revert a bit. So I'm starting to get an idea of what the final result might look like. So there's 37 microlocs so far. Microloc install day 3, and I'm starting to get some serious hang time. I feel like as the days go on and on, I'm getting more and more excited about how everything is going to look when it's done. Now, my microloc install so far has been somewhat sparse at the very back because the very back of my hair is not that dense. But when I hit row number 5, that's where the thickest and coarsest part of my hair is. So on this row, I did 20 starter microlocs. I wasn't too concerned about perfect parting. I just wanted all of them to be the same size. Microloc installation days 4 and 5. So first things first, humidity and shrinkage are kicking in. But it's really nice to see how the microlocs will look with my curl pattern / texture. Row 6 has 25 locks, and rows 7 and 8 have 20 and 18 respectively. Also, rows 7 and 8 don't go all the way across. They cut across the middle of my head because that's where my head starts to curve. I hope that makes sense. At this point, I have officially passed 100 locks. I have 120 here in total. DIY microlock installation days 6 to 9. So first of all, I'm so happy that I reached the front of my head finally. I had to add in a couple extra, as in like 4 extra microlocks behind my left ear because my row was a little bit off and it was just throwing the whole symmetry off. I also needed to redo some because they were just too big. And then to prep for doing the front of my hair, you can see I divided my hair into 3, front left, front right, and a big old chunk in the middle. DIY microlock installation days 9 to 11. First of all, you're going to see some dry scalp here because my hair, yeah, it needed washing, but I was determined not to wash it until the full installation had been complete. So the very first clip you're seeing here is me with my hair literally just done, like I've just done that section, whereas these clips here are hair that's been a little bit slept on. You can see the front of my hair kind of sort of frizzed out slash went in some weird different directions. Anyway, this is how my hair looks so far. I created some side partings so that when my hair's done I can wear my hair on a side parting on the left or the right, and I ended up with 301 microlocks in total. I was tired. DIY microlock installation days 12 to 14. These are pretty much the simplest rows to do, as I just did straight partings from the front to the back of my hair and created my microlocks. I had to change tack though because I was really sick this weekend. Whenever I stood up, I would feel sick, so what I had to do was very quickly create the microlocks at the roots and then leave the ends out and then sit down to actually do the twisting. So this is why for this clip I'm sitting in a chair and just twisted away. And then you're going to see here I'm just checking through my hair to see if there are any loose ends left. I learned a valuable lesson about the limitations of my body. This particular week I was really exhausted, and I think my body just decided to say, no, I'm not carrying on like this, and I needed to rest. In the end, I had 434 microlocks, and I was really happy to feel like the end was in sight. DIY microlock installation days 15 to 20. So after completing the front, I returned to the large section in the middle of my head. I did horizontal rows, making sure that they lined up with the front of my head, and just persevered as best as I could because the end was in sight. So after looking after my son, holding down a full-time job, dealing with the happenings of life and sickness, in between and through all of that, my microlocks were fully done. All 569 of them, and these are the final results. I appreciate you guys for coming on this journey with me. You have been watching Life Love Locs. If you're returning to my channel, then welcome back, and of course if you're new here, welcome. On this channel, I discuss lifestyle, love, career, and motherhood for women in their 30s and 40s. So if that applies to you and you'd like more content like this, then please hit the red subscribe button. You can also hit the bell for notifications. That way, every time I upload, you'll be notified. If this content has been helpful in any way, then please hit the thumbs up below the video, and you can also leave a comment in the comment section. I'd love to hear back from all of you. Take care and see you soon. Bye.